Good morning all, how's it going? Today I want to do a video on user stories. User stories are the backbone of great design and product development. Whether you're a designer, developer, producer, product manager, mastering them will level up your workflow and improve communication across the board. So in this very quick guide, I'll show you how to write clear, effective user stories that keep your team aligned and your product on track. Stick around till the end for a free user story template to kickstart your practice. So let's start with the basics. What is a user story? A user story, in short, is a simple description of a feature from a user's point of view. So it helps designers, developers, and product managers understand what's needed without drowning in technical jargon or design jargon. It's a very simple way for everyone to align on a single feature. And user stories are critical because they can align teams, like I said before, where everyone is on the same page. They can improve decision making. They keep the focus on the user's needs, not on the technical aspects. And they can encourage collaboration. You can use it as a designer, developer, or a producer and all contribute to the feature and the solution before you've even touched the tools. User stories follow a simple formula. As a user, I want to goal, so that reason. This structure keeps it user-centered and ensures that every feature has a clear purpose. For example, let's say we're designing a feature for a marketplace. We can say something like, as a gamer, I want to buy items in the marketplace so that I can enhance my gameplay. It's simple but powerful. We're framing every feature from the user's perspective, and it ensures that design, development, choices serve a real need. Okay, so we know about the structure, but how are user stories actually used? Well, in a product team, user stories serve as a single source of truth. A bridge, let's call it, between developers, designers, and product managers and anyone else who's really involved in the process of getting a feature from A to B. Designers can use them to craft intuitive designs and understand how to go from A to B for a user. Developers use them to build functional features, and producers can use them to prioritize work in sprints or however they want to prioritize. This makes sure everyone is aligned and working towards the same goal. To make this even easier, I use a user story template that breaks everything down into clear sections. Number 1, title and name of the feature. 2, objective, so why this feature matters. 3, the user need. What is the goal from the user's perspective? 4, the key actions, steps that the user should be able to perform to go from A to B. 5, acceptance criteria. What needs to be true for the feature to be complete? 6, designs and dependencies. This is a section where you can link to relevant files and technical systems or technical documentation that may be required to create or finish and finalize this feature. And then lastly, I put notes down there in case there's any extra edge cases or considerations that we need to cover or we discover through speaking to developers, producers, or designers. This structured approach ensures that nothing gets lost, and it makes it super easy for teams to collaborate and ship great products and features a lot faster. Now, I remember when I first started writing user stories, because I'm a designer, I come from a design background, a business background, and when I first started jumping into writing user stories and getting into product teams, I had a lot of mistakes. So I want you to avoid them. So here are some common mistakes. Too vague. Don't be vague. You have to be very descriptive with a feature or a user story. An example of a vague one is users should be able to check out easily. What is easily? You have to define it. You have to define exactly what we're saying here. So for example, users should be able to check out in 3 steps with Apple Pay and credit card options. That makes it super simple to understand what the user is doing and how they're doing it. The other one that I find that's super common when you have a developer writing some of this stuff is getting too technical. For example, implement OAuth 2.0 authentication. Users don't care about OAuth or the way that a thing happens. It's from a user's point of view it needs to be. So for example, as a returning user, I want to log in securely with Google so I don't have to remember my password. That's a lot more easier for a user to understand and way more on point, and it doesn't mean that we're detracting from what the technical aspect is. We can always include that in the documentation. Now you know how to write powerful and effective user stories that improve product and design development. If you want my user story template that I just showed you in this video, download it for free in the description. If this video helped at all, hit the like button and subscribe for more UX product design content. See you in the next one.